In my statement to the voters of Sundance Active Adult, I promised to try to get Tract A back into the compliance as a proper drainage tract and an access easement onto the golf course. These plans right here are the utilities proposed plans and the utilities as-built plans from 12 years ago. They were adopted and they were accepted. This is a contract that Hancock had with the civil engineers. The civil engineers applied their knowledge and their restrictions to designing a drain from parcel 12 onto the golf course. And the golf course and the golf course lake is the ultimate retention basin for all of the parcels on the front nine, or at least parcel 12 for sure, because it's the high ground over the lake. And all the water in parcel 12 is supposed to be routed to the lake. Surface runoff and underground water. And I will make the statement that this is the only underground drain for all of parcel 12. Parcel 12 is 12 acres. It consists of 63 houses. So this is the only drain. And Tract A, the drainage tract which sits over the underground pipe, is an emergency device in case this pipe would ever become overwhelmed or failed. And I'm going to show you here the detail in the next clip I go to. It outlines the detail and the dimensions, the proposed and as-built dimensions for this tract. But before I go to the next slide, I want to show you this right here, this notation, VNAE. That's vehicle non-access easement, and it's indicated with a dotted line. It's also indicated with a dotted line on the plat map, which is another legal document that represents parcel 12. And so I'll stop here and we'll go to the details of this map on page 49 of this document. This is page 49 of the same document, the utilities proposed and as-built. And you're going to have two sets of numbers. The as-built numbers that the surveyor, after the pipe was installed and the drain was installed, came in and measured everything to compare it to the proposed. And this was sent to the engineer, and the engineer reviewed the results of the surveyor's input. And I want to show you this note right here. It's a question and an answer. But the question here to start, how can this pipe length grow by 89 feet or 51%? And the surveyor's answer to the engineer or whoever was reviewing this as-built document, his answer was redesign of the golf course forced this pipe to be lengthened by 89 feet. He added down here, it was double checked and it is what it is. He didn't give any reference as to maybe a permit or another plan for the redesign of the golf course. This was a quick answer. Redesign of the golf course. Where are the plans for the redesign of the golf course? Anything that would affect the length of this pipe, that engineer who asked this question should have known about. He should have had that document. He shouldn't have had to ask, why is this being lengthened? Because he should have had some kind of permit or document that gave permission to lengthen a pipe. They had no permission. Their permission was that there was nobody out here 12 years ago when Hancock did this. Somebody who worked for the golf course architect, or the golf course contractor who was building the course, decided that we are going to not deal with a catch basin above our cart path. And that's the catch basin right there. It was supposed to be built above the cart path near the ladies' tee box on the 6th hole. This catch basin isn't here. It's been converted to the forward edge end of the ladies' tee box. Now, down here on these as-built calculations, the length of the pipe was supposed to be 175 feet. That was the proposed length. The as-built length right here is 264 feet. The height of the head wall, which was supposed to be placed above the cart path, the height of that head wall was dropped nearly 6 feet. This is the height of the head wall proposed was supposed to be 1,101.5 feet elevation. The as-built was 1,095 feet, 0.57 feet as built. They lowered that head wall 6 feet. They extended the pipe 89 feet, and they moved the pipe to the water's edge of the lake. Their logic would be, we'll deal with the water, the underground water that comes from the pipe, we'll route it right into the lake. But the surface water that comes off the roofs and the backyards of all these lots on this corner, we're not going to deal with that surface water interrupting golf play or delaying any golf operations in the future. We're not going to deal with having a catch basin on our golf course from parcel 12. So this catch basin right here got converted to a tee box. And what they did is, because there was no catch basin to route the surface water or emergency water in case this pipe would fail, they filled in this this drainage tract. That's why, as I show you on other pictures, that the drainage tract got filled in. And that's why Woody Scouten wrote a decertification letter and a job order to dig it out. There was no provision for an emergency escape in case this pipe would fail. After lowering the head wall almost 6 feet, they practically doubled the slope. You can see slope in percentage is 0.032 as built. I believed that this head wall was placed here by the civil engineers so that they could stay within a flow rate for that pipe. There is a restriction on how fast the water can run through this pipe. And if they would have wanted it down at the lake originally, they would have put it there. Okay? But they couldn't put it on the lake because this slope right here would be outside the parameters for a proper installation of the pipe. When they filled in this tract right here, they eliminated any surface water running onto the golf course. And when they filled in this tract, they made it higher than lot 317. 317 is higher than my lot that sits up here, 316. That's why every time we have a rain event, I get a lake, a landlocked lake on my lot.